Okay. Hello, everybody. Hi, this is me, Darison Chauskas from Easy Markets, and this is the Daily Pitch International breaking news section of this segment. Look, I wanted to pick up on the PCE, US PCE numbers, which are coming out. So I think that this is something that everybody kind of pushed away a little bit on the side because everybody was so hyped about the Fed, the interest rate decision, and the press conference that followed after. But I think that yeah, something to kind of keep in mind as well is that the Fed's favorite inflation metric is coming out today. So yes, what better way to finish off the week, right? Quite a busy week. So look, before we jump into all that, I'll quickly go through the risk disclaimer. So yes, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation and should not be considered as such. This material should not be taken as an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest. I'm not going to disappear anywhere. But yeah, just gonna prepare for that for the screens. But look, again, something like I said, something to keep in mind today. We had quite a busy week in general. It was a bit of a roller coaster ride, I would say. But apart from one day, the Fed day, where it was just one-way traffic. So also, just before we jump into the charts, a quick mentioning of our Easy Markets website, which you can always check out for more information about us. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to assist. So now then, let's have a look. Let's have a look what's happening today. So yes, this was the economic calendar just for the U.S. I mean, in the U.S. we had like a lot of data coming out, and yeah, we started off Monday with the flash PMIs, which I don't have the results for. I mean, it seems like that. But then Tuesday we hit with the retail sales numbers, industrial production, and of course followed by the Wednesday's interest rate decision, the last one this year. So yesterday we also had the GDP growth rate from the U.S. So the Q1Q final one came out at 3.1 against the 3% previous. Also managed to beat the forecast. And of course, yes, now everybody's watching today's number, the final one, because let's face it. I mean, I think this was the last most exciting week, most exciting trading week this year, because the other one, the next week is Christmas, and yeah, we have like we have some days off, and then the week after it's already New Year. So look, today, what are we looking at today? Core PCE index year on year. The core one is expected to come out a little bit higher, 2.9. The headline PCE number is expected to come out also on the higher side, a little bit slightly higher than the core, but still yes, on the higher side. In general, the fact that we're seeing this 2.5 now rise, I mean, this is just showing that the Fed, that's why the Fed was kind of rushing, or it was in a rush to cut rates. We know that next year we're only expecting about like what, two cuts only. Where's that chart? Why did it not load up? Let me just refresh the page. There we go. So yes, by the end of December, by the end of next year, basically we're expecting, the expectation currently is to have only two rate cuts, or even actually right now, even one rate cut. The higher probability is just for one rate cut. Well, I mean, that's even interesting. That's even more interesting. So, what it means that the market is, or the Fed is slowly trying to shift towards the idea that they believe that inflation might pick up. And this is what I was saying in my webinars, in my live webinars, which you can always join every morning. But what I was saying before, that why all the major central banks were in such rush to cut rates this year, because I think that they're expecting higher inflation maybe going into next year, and we can see already a start of that. We can see already that curve kind of pushing higher. So this is something, yes, because, and again, as what I said before, that it's always better to start hiking from lower rates rather than higher rates. So, this is what I think that this is what the central banks are also thinking about. So, in terms of the PCE, yes, if the number comes out on the higher side, I think that this could apply more buying pressure, or if we can call it this way, buying pressure on the US dollar. I mean, at the moment, we're seeing the US dollar index kind of drifting back down a little bit, but in general, it had a fantastic week. So what I'm seeing, what I'm watching here on the US dollar and the DXY is the weekly candle, because I want to see we're at the end of the week, so I want to see what's going to happen here. Are we going to get that nice push above the 108 zone and we're going to stay above it, or actually we're going to, at the end of this week, we're going to stay below the 108 zone? Well, this is something to speculate about, but in general, we had quite a decent rally already in DXY since what? Since the end of September, where it was around 100, and from that 100 we just rallied, and look at this. That's great result here, about 8% gain. So wonderful. Why not? Now the question is, can we go further north? Well, by further north, I mean maybe potentially even targeting this area right here, the highest point of September of 2022, or in general the highest point of 2022, near the 114, just slightly below the 115 zone. But again, look, I think that a decent correction maybe first is needed before we could jump further north. And in general, of course, I wouldn't like this to happen, but if, let's say, by the end of this week we see the DXY here, the body of this weekly candle, staying below the 108 zone, maybe we could see a bit of retracement back down here. Maybe we could see, a move back down, and we could start ranging. We could start moving sideways. Now, if that's the case, then of course the market would enter that pause moment, and I think, in my opinion, everything would align perfectly with the fact that, given that the new government is stepping in at the end of January, so hey, why not to move sideways for a little bit and wait until we get some sort of clarity, when we see how the market reacts to the new leadership that comes in. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm not rushing into this one. Yes, overall, I'm still positive on the US dollar, but in the near term, look, if this one struggles with that 108 zone, maybe we could start moving sideways a little bit here. This kind of leads me towards the euro dollar, by the way. So I mean, this one, as you can see, has been beaten up for since the end of September, and still showing signs of weakness. However, we have approached the key area of support near the 1.0335 zone right here. So the question is, are we going to clear that area again this year or not? Or sorry, not again, but this is, by the way, this is the lowest point, the current lowest point of this year. Are we going to create a new low for this year? That's probably the question. That's a better question, because we started off the year somewhere here, January, there we go, and we have seen this one declining a lot. So the question, like I said, for me right now is, are we going to get another lower low for this year? Could be. We still have a week and a half to go until 31st of December. So a lot of things can change, a lot of things can happen. That's why let's just remain cautious, remain careful, and maybe if DXY starts moving sideways, maybe this could actually, yes, allow euro maybe to stabilize a little bit here. Maybe also it could move sideways, so maybe the range could be something like this. And hey, who knows? Maybe this will work out nicely for the euro eventually, which could lead to maybe this could lead to a break of this downside line, for example. This one, which is, I get it, it's a little bit on the tentative side, but nevertheless could be a nice. Could be a nice little breakout here, but if we can get that break, wonderful. More buyers here could join in. But like I said, keeping our eyes on the PCE today. If the number comes out, if we manage to beat the forecast here, hey, maybe that DXY will eventually, that DXY, that weekly candle on DXY will eventually end up remaining above that 108 zone, and we could see a new low for Euro USD here. But if we stay somewhere around the forecast, around this, so I don't really expect a lot of fireworks. However, again, look, we'll continue observing the market, how it plays out, and hopefully we can squeeze something out of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comments if you like this or not, if you agree with me or not, or maybe you have another different opinion. Please do share. We'd really like to hear you out, and yeah, hopefully, like I said, hopefully you enjoyed it. I shall see you still next week, but I'm not saying goodbye for the year yet. But hey, I'll see you next week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, and as always, stay safe. Have your stop losses in place. Risk only what you can afford to lose. Don't overtrade, and everything will be fine. Bye bye.